Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving into a story that's a masterclass in deception and the slow, painful unraveling of a web of lies. It's the story of Spencer and Julia, a couple who, from the outside, seem to have it all. But as we'll see, appearances can be incredibly deceiving. Spencer and Julia had been together for 7 years, married for 3. They had a beautiful home, good jobs, and a circle of friends who adored them. Spencer thought he had found his soulmate. Julia was charismatic, fun, and deeply affectionate. He trusted her completely. Their life together was a picture of modern happiness, or so he believed. The first crack in this perfect picture appeared subtly, almost too small to notice. It started with Julia's phone. It used to be left on the counter, on the coffee table, wherever. Suddenly it was always with her, screen down or tucked away in her purse. When Spencer once casually picked it up to check the time, she snapped at him, a reaction so out of character it left him stunned. She quickly apologized, blaming work stress, but the seed of doubt had been planted. Then came the late nights at the office. Julia's job was demanding, so at first Spencer didn't question it. Big project, she'd say, looking exhausted. He'd make her dinner, run her a bath, and try to be the supportive husband he always was. But these late nights became more frequent, stretching into 2, then 3 times a week. The excuses started to feel a bit thin. A team dinner he hadn't heard about, a last-minute deadline that seemed to pop up every Friday. Spencer started feeling a gnawing unease. He'd call her office late at night just to see, and the phone would ring and ring unanswered. When he asked her about it, she'd have a quick explanation. "Oh, we were in the conference room," or "my phone was on silent, sorry." Each answer was plausible on its own, but together, they formed a pattern that was hard to ignore. Spencer was a logical person. He didn't want to jump to conclusions. He tried to rationalize her behavior. Maybe she really was stressed. Maybe he was being paranoid. He even felt guilty for doubting her. He loved her, and he wanted to believe her. So he pushed his suspicions down, telling himself he was overthinking things. But the universe has a funny way of revealing the truth when you're not looking for it. The real turning point came during a weekend trip they took with friends. It was supposed to be a fun, relaxing getaway. One evening, everyone was gathered around a bonfire, sharing stories and laughing. Julia was on her phone, smiling as she typed. A friend jokingly asked, "Who are you texting that's making you smile so much?" Julia froze for a split second before laughing it off. "Just my sister. She's sending me funny cat videos." Later that night, back in their cabin, Spencer saw a notification pop up on her phone as it lay on the nightstand. It was a message from someone named Alex. The message read, "Wish you were here instead. Last night was amazing." Spencer's heart dropped into his stomach. Alex. He didn't know an Alex. He confronted her right then and there, his voice shaking. "Julia, who is Alex?" The transformation was immediate. The cheerful, loving wife vanished, replaced by a defensive stranger. "Alex? Oh, that's just a new guy from work. We're on a project together. It's just being friendly." She tried to snatch the phone, but Spencer held it. "It says last night was amazing." "What does that mean, Julia?" Her face went pale. Then came the tears. "You don't trust me? How could you even think that?" "Alex is gay. He's just a friend. You're making me so uncomfortable, spying on my phone." She turned it all around on him. Suddenly Spencer was the bad guy. He was the suspicious, untrusting husband. She played the victim so perfectly, with such conviction, that for a moment, Spencer almost believed her. He apologized. Felt terrible. How could he have accused her of something so awful? She had an answer for everything, and he, wanting to believe in their love, accepted it. But that gnawing feeling didn't go away. It got worse. He couldn't shake the name Alex from his mind. Against his better judgment, he did something he never thought he'd do. He did a little digging. He started with her social media, which was surprisingly private. Then he remembered something she'd mentioned a few weeks back, a new gym she had joined near her office. On a whim, Spencer drove there one evening when Julia was supposedly working late. He sat in his car across the street, feeling like a fool. He was about to drive away when he saw her. She walked out of the gym, laughing and smiling, and she wasn't alone. A tall, handsome man had his arm wrapped around her waist. They leaned in and shared a passionate kiss, right there under the streetlights before getting into his car and driving off. The man was a complete stranger. It was a brutal, undeniable confirmation of his worst fears. The image was burned into his mind. Spencer drove home in a daze. The perfect world he had built with Julia had shattered into a million pieces. The betrayal was a physical pain, a crushing weight on his chest. He knew he had to confront her, but this time, he needed more than just a suspicious text message. He needed undeniable proof that she couldn't twist or lie her way out of. Over the next week, Spencer lived a double life, played the part of the loving, unsuspecting husband while secretly gathering evidence. Felt sick doing it, but he knew it was necessary. He installed a GPS tracker on her car and a small voice-activated recorder under the passenger seat. The first recordings were devastating. He listened to hours of Julia and Alex laughing, planning their secret meets, and talking about him. They mocked his gullibility, totally bought the work dinner excuse, he heard Julia say, followed by their laughter. They talked about their future together, about when Julia would finally leave Spencer. Every word was a knife in his heart. The person he loved, the person he shared his life with, was a complete stranger. The final piece of evidence was the most damning. The GPS showed her car parked at a downtown hotel one evening when she was supposed to be at a conference. Spencer booked a room in the same hotel. He waited. A few hours later, he saw them. Julia and Alex walking hand in hand to the elevator, looking like any other couple in love. He took a clear photo with his phone. He now had everything he needed. The confrontation was quiet and deliberate. He waited for her to come home that night, humming a tune as she walked in. "How was the conference?" he asked calmly. "Oh, it was so long, so boring," she replied, kicking off her shoes. "I'm exhausted." Spencer didn't say anything. He just placed his phone on the coffee table, showing the picture of her and Alex at the hotel. Julia's face went completely white. She opened her mouth, but for the first time, no words came out. No excuse, no tearful denial that could save her now. "I also know about the gym," Spencer said, his voice flat and devoid of emotion. "And the late nights that weren't at the office. I know everything, Julia." He then played a short clip from the recorder, her voice, mocking him, talking about their future with Alex. The color drained from her face. The mask was finally off. There was no more acting, no more playing the innocent victim. It was only the ugly, cold truth sitting between them. She crumpled, finally breaking down into real tears. But this time, they held no power over him. It was over. The divorce was messy and painful, as they always are. But for Spencer, it was also a liberation. Exposing the truth, as agonizing as it was, set him free from a life built on lies. It took him a long time to heal, and an even longer time to learn to trust again. His story is a harsh reminder that sometimes the people we love the most can be the ones who deceive us the deepest. But it's also a story of strength to seek the truth and the courage to walk away from a lie. No matter how beautiful it once seemed. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you found this story compelling, please hit that like button and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next one.